everybody is around. If any question is there, then I would love to, address it with applying my wisdom. So, interpersonal skill. If we look into it academically, and if you do search on the topic of interpersonal skill, you will definitely get a list of skills. All the experts all across the world suggest to work on and to develop, um, to have a better personality, to evolve as a better human being, maintain good relationship, maintain good professional uh, mm, relationship with the people you work with. In a sense, interpersonal skills pave the way for transformation for any individual. What does the word transformation mean? If you refer it to English dictionary, the word transformation means moving from one state of being into another state of being, transforming things. So think that if I give an example related to the materialistic world, what does the word transformation mean? Transformation means if you think of the crude oil, the ONGC and other well, drawing companies, they go and draw the crude oil from the mine, then they transform it in order to add value to it, and then you get diesel, petrol, and other stuff. So that means that the crude oil they got, they have transformed it into something valuable, something useful by adding some value to it. Similarly, the same thing applies to human life. Exactly the same thing applies to human life. We are crude in a sense, we are raw. On a daily basis, we have to mold ourselves, we have to train ourselves, we have to evolve qualitatively to create a better understanding of our life, of the purpose of our life, and especially the environment and the circumstances in which we operate our life. To sail across or to go out in a voyage of life with an ease of mind, without losing our patience, without losing our sight, without losing our connection with the reality of life. So from that point of view, transformation means moving from one state of being into another state of being. See, in last couple of days, I have invested a good chunk of my life into your life, and you have invested a good chunk of your life into your own life. What do I mean by that? I mean that you have spent a good amount of time, whatever may be the number, even if it is one person, you have spent a good chunk of your time yesterday listening to me and participating in this session, in the two sessions we had yesterday. After the sessions, those sessions were like a training program or mentoring sessions. If those training ideas, thoughts, information, you are not able to process them to add some value and quality to your life and to transform yourself from one state of being into another state of being, that means if you are still not finding a clue, how you are using that information or the knowledge or the wisdom or the techniques and strategies to add some value to your life so that you can become a better human being. So what you were when you started the session, if you remain the same person when you are leaving the session, it's a wastage of time. Wastage of time for you, wastage of time for me. It is a wastage of resources. Definitely the resources, the effort have been put together by the experts, and the taxpayers' money have been spent on this. It is absolutely a wastage if you are not able to take something out of it. It is a collective failure for us. So when we talk about transformation, transformation means using all the resources, all the information, knowledge, whether it's a resource of physical resource or materialistic resource, whether it is intellectual resource or wisdom as a resource. If we are not able to use all these things to add some value to our life, to move from one state of being into another state of being, it's an absolute wastage. So transformation, that's why transformation is a continuous process. Transformation, we start not to stop. It goes on. It is a never-ending journey. It goes on and on and on. And that is how transformation is directly connected to interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are not like something, driving. You have learned how to drive a vehicle, so you've got the license now for your, for the entire life, you are okay to drive a car. No, it is not like that. Interpersonal skills are the skills that will, pave the way for you always to move from one state of reality to another state of reality, from one state of consciousness into another state of consciousness. So that is why this is a topic, it's very close to my heart. So that's why I love to talk on it. But before I talk on it, I would request all of you to attend this session with at least 3 things, because this is something, it is not external. Nobody can, it's not some technology or technical skills that can be given by anybody. It is something will take place within you if you participate with your conscious soul, requisite condition to create an environment, very conducive for your qualitative growth. So for your qualitative growth, you in the solution, in the process of quality evolution of mankind, then you have to be here with an open mind. What do I mean by as to nothing? You and have the ability to think independently. Independent thinking means being able to get the things the way they are, not the way you want to look at it. Based on your intellect, an open mind that is open, dynamic. It is, quite open sense that it is allowing everything to come in, and it is allowing everything to settle and making maximum out of the things. What I'm going to talk about as the open mind. Then you need a warm heart. Warm heart, nowadays it's very rare. Having a warm heart, it's a very rare condition. Nowadays people have a warm head and a cold heart. So warm heart in a means, it's a prerequisite condition for anything to germinate. All of you are studying agricultural science and teaching agricultural science. You know it better. To germinate anything, one of the prerequisite condition is warmth, heat. So if your heart is not warm, that means if you don't have that warmthness in your heart to accommodate the seeds of wisdom, change, then they are not going to germinate. They will be just wasting. I'm just throwing away some seeds on the dead stones, on dead rock, and they will be trying their best to get access to life, but in the long run they will be defeated. So it's an open heart warm heart means being able to prepare your heart so that the seeds of respect, love, compassion, generosity, consideration for each other can germinate within the heart. We'll be talking about social style. What does the word society mean? If you don't have any consideration for each other, if you are not driven by love and compassion, if you are not driven by consideration for each other, so that's why it needs a warm heart and an open mind, and definitely a conscious soul. What do I mean by the word conscious soul? The word conscious soul means that you don't have to accept anything I say, but you must receive the information and apply your own wisdom so that you can process it according to your own experience to take the decision for yourself. You don't have to accept anything I say, but please listen to it. Don't discard it without giving it a chance to germinate, without giving it a chance to express or its potential. So that's how this session I would request all of you, I will invite all of you. It hardly matters. I want you to attend the session with an open mind, with a warm heart, and a conscious soul. And that's how transformation begins. Transformation does not begin with your external knowledge. Transformation does not begin on your academic success. When we talk about interpersonal skill, it absolutely interpersonal. What is the difference between personality and personal? I will be talking about it today. It is a part of my training. But interpersonal, when we are talking about, it begins with you. So let me share a small story. I was invited by one of the university of what is that group, HCL, that Shiv Nadar. Then he has a university in UP, Greater Noida. In that, I think one of the students me when I was talking about transformation, a metal, or a gold into something, diamond into something, crude oil into something, that is a different thing, transforming. But when it comes to the matter of human life, what does the word transformation mean? The word transformation for me, I don't know how to explain it. Then instantly something came to my mind and I shared it with them. So it is the same thing I'm sharing with you. Maybe it will help you to understand the meaning of transformation. Once again, I'm telling you, this is such a tricky process. This is such a simple life, and in the long run, the beginning of my life. So the transformation is that the incident instantly came to my mind was the life of Buddha, Lord Buddha. His name was Siddhartha. He was married. So he had wife in his life. He had children. He was the son of a king and the future king of a flourishing kingdom. He had people at his disposal, resources at his disposal. He had authority and power, but he was unhappy. He was not satisfied. So all these things we are dying for. Humanity is running, hankering after power, money, authority, women, children, family. He had everything at his disposal, but he was not satisfied. He was needing more in his life. So he came out of that life with a, asking for alms, roaming from door to door. And then he sat down. I just, made up the story. Please excuse me, it's a nice story. Then he sat down with God one day and said that I want to do a negotiation with you. So the God said, what kind of negotiation? He said that negotiation is that I'm ready to give up Siddhartha. What are you going to offer me in exchange? He said, I want immortality. I will give up Siddhartha, but can you offer me immortality? God said, Tathastu, go, you have it. So he gave up Siddhartha and embraced Buddha 2600 years ago. Still he is alive. His body gone, but still he is alive. Nobody can kill him anymore. So that transformation means he transformed his life from Siddhartha to be one of you. What was difficult for him? Becoming Buddha or giving up Siddhartha? Giving up Siddhartha or becoming Buddha? If you trust me, most of the time, wherever I go, maximum number of people always answers this, becoming Buddha. Honestly speaking, if you look into this, that you will definitely come to know that he did not do anything to become Buddha. His main struggle was giving up Siddhartha. It simply means that if you are not able to give up Siddhartha, you will never become Buddha. So if you want to become Buddha, you have to kill your Siddhartha. What does it exactly mean? Whatever way you are, if you are happy with yourself, if you think that you can do better in your life, if you think that you deserve more in your life, if you think that you have greater potential to express and enjoy success in your life, you have to give up your old one to become and embrace the new one, the new self. So from that point of view, in it is giving up your old way of thinking, old way of doing things, and old belief system, and embrace a new one. And that new one should not be given by anyone else. It has to be yours, and you have to find it within yourself. That's how transformation or interpersonal things begin with you. Interpersonal begin with us. That is the what transformation means. Moving from being into another state of being. In simple words, I can put it, moving from Siddhartha to Buddha or into Buddha. And that transformation actually happens when we embrace certain things interpersonally. When we are accepting the things within ourselves. So from that point of view, my first skill is that personal development. Personal development does not have anything to do directly with your personality development are two key aspects of one individual, for every individual. Yes, personality development is also required, and we work on it 99% of our time. We invest in developing our personality. So what does the word personality means? Personality means the way you look, the way you speak, what qualification you have, what authority you have, what position you have, what power you have to impress others. Possession, authority, position, qualification, look, physique, everything is part of our external personality. These are our external others. When you talk about personal development is an inward journey, taking care of your own being, your originality, and your creative potential. When you are able to go deep down within yourself and take care of that self, you have nobody to impress in this world, because you are taking care of your own being. When you are taking care of yourself and you are growing quality within, automatically attracting the same thing from whether everybody is into with your life. It will have no connection with your life anymore. So that's how personal development and personality development are not the same concept. Once again, please excuse me as I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward a bit faster because I have a few things to share, and this I have to do. So thing is that on one of these topics, it needs a lot of time and some exercise, some interactions, but that is not going to be fast. That is one topic, personal development. When you are taking care of your personality part of it, wherever you are going to present yourself, wherever you are going to place yourself, whether it is in your social position or our own well-being. When you become aware of your own personal life, process of personal development, it will make you aware that you should not do anything at the cost of your own well-being. That means you have to absolutely discipline yourself within you. You have to discipline yourself. I say discipline yourself. The word discipline does not, the word I am using, or in a sense, I'm using the word discipline. It has nothing to do with the traditional concept of discipline. So what does the word second topic discipline mean here? Discipline means traditional means doing things in a time, and the way it should always been done. should, so often we say that discipline means, whatever assignment is allotted to you, it's done on time, giving a performance, on things that you are able to perform on. And then these are 4 5 areas: being punctual, being, and these are the certain things we have accommodated into the concept of discipline. Now you think that you have a colleague or you have a peer who wakes up early in the morning, still exercise, takes healthy food, go out for a walk or run, does gym, maintains a very good physics, comes to work throughout the day, spreads negativity, pulls leg, neither creative nor productive, and always busy in criticizing others and finding fault with others. Will you call him disciplined? If you follow the old concept of discipline or the traditional concept of discipline, he is disciplined. He is very studious. He is very punctual to come to office at 9 o'clock, sitting on the table and leaving the office just sharp at 5 o'clock, doing physical exercise, taking food, doing everything an individual needs to do to survive easily. But you think of the quality part. Is his life a quality? Does he have any interpersonal skill? Is he experiencing any so other's life? That means somebody's life has been better. Somebody's life has experienced improvement because you live, because you are present. Not being creative, not being productive, neither expressing any quality, whether it is in a work environment or in personal life, how can you call him disciplined? Interpersonal skills, when we talk about skills, it has a lot to do. Discipline mean that. Hello. Anyway, any sign, any signal whether I'm audible?
Yeah, it is. Now, you and new.
Hello. Okay. I was talking about discipline. So self-discipline has two stages. See, let me make it, also very clear on this point. As I was saying in the beginning, if you list of skills which are often tagged as interpersonal skills, like your communication skill, your presentation skill, your negotiation skill, your relationship management skill, your cognitive skills, your problem solving skills, all these things are called interpersonal skills. But you have to think from a different point of view as well. When you talk about interpersonal growth, now qualitative growth has all these things are part of our personality development. Our negotiation skills, our communication skills, problem solving skills, these are part of our personality development. But I'm talking about the personal development part of it, taking care of the being. So when it comes to the matter of personal skills, and interpersonal skill means having absolute control over your emotional reaction and thoughts to a situation and circumstances which is not under your control. That's the first component of discipline. If an individual has absolute control over his emotional circumstances, if an individual, once again, let me repeat it, it's very important for me to, send the message across that discipline means having absolute control over your emotional reactions and thoughts to a situation and circumstances which is not under your control. That means you are a disciplined person. So I don't know how you are going to behave with me after 1 minute, but I have absolute control over my reaction towards your behavior. That means I can control my emotional reaction towards your behavior or towards your attitude. So when we are talking about interpersonal skills mean that discipline. That means having absolute control over your emotional reaction to situation and circumstances which is not under your control. That is what is all about discipline. Discipline is not being punctual. Discipline is not being able to do the things on time. Discipline has nothing to do with obeying or disobeying. Discipline means self-discipline, having control over your emotional reactions, thought process, especially in a situation and circumstances if it is not under your control. The situation is not under your control. What can you do with the situation? I mean, I have a story. One of the most beautiful micro story written by Bayazid. Bayazid is a Sufi mystic of 12th century. He was born in Afghanistan and died in Turkey. So the village where he died, it is still preserved as a heritage site. People from Sufi tradition go there and spend time and meditate there. In one of his stories, he said that when he was child, he was growing up listening his parents to pray to God, complaining about the world. That, oh God, or oh Allah, oh Ishwar, in the world, a lot of things are going wrong. Please give me the power. Please make sure that everything is correct in this world. It's a very sinful world. People are all sinners. So please, help us so that we can sail through life safely and reach your abode. And Vyasa thought that all his life he believed that that's why he was born, to live in a sinful world, to live a life of a sinner. So his prayer was also like that, because his mind was conditioned. His mind was conditioned for centuries of old tradition, belief system, and information. So he started, praying in the same fashion to God. So then one day he gathered courage. He said that he should do something to change the world. He went to God and prayed to God that God give me the strength so that I can change the world. So God is such a generous old man. He simply said that if you want to use your life to change others' life and change the world, then tathastu, go and do that. So you see that the stupidity on the part of humanity. You are complaining about a creation to the creator himself. So don't you think that if he has the wisdom to create this creation, also he has the wisdom, or he knows the technique how to fix the things? Now you have become so courageous that instead of concentrating on your own life, you are going to use your life to fix the world. So God said, you go try it. He tried for half of his life to change the world. He failed. He went back to God and said that, God, I was wrong. To change the world in what? God said, then what do you want? He said, give me the strength so that I can change my family. Then the rest of the life he spent, his half of his in trying to change the world, and the rest of the life he wasted in trying to change his family member, but with no joy. He was unable, his time is over in this world. He went back to God with a very regretting heart and mind and said, God, all my life I was wrong. Neither I can change the world nor my family members. Give me the strength so that I can change myself. And God said, time is over. The time you got, you should have used that time, divided attention and all your energy to improve the quality of that life. The life you waste it in trying to change the world. So you should improve the quality of your life. The world is not without you. You are the world. So if you improve, that means you are improving the world. That's how interpersonal skill works. That's how I'm talking about discipline. That's the exact meaning of discipline, that having absolute control over your emotional reactions and thoughts to a situation and circumstances which is not under your control. Students, guys, when you are walking the journey of life, walking on the journey of life, then you will come across a lot of things you do not like. You will come across a lot of things you like. Nothing is permanent. Only one thing is common, is that how you react to that particular situation. That creates your reality. Interpersonal skills means that whether you have been able, whether you have evolved, or whether you have been able to sustain that, that stability, that equanimity. The English word for that is called equanimity. Equanimity means not being influenced by any external situation and circumstances, whether it is the situation and circumstances of pain or pleasure. It does not mean, but you are stable. In Sanskrit, it is called Stritopagga. So now you may ask, sir, it sounds too lofty and it sounds too big a goal for an individual. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It may sound too lofty for you. And that's why the life is here. The entire life is here. To set some lofty goals for you, personally and professionally. You are not here to crawl through your hands and feet. Why are you crawling through your hands and feet and calling it a life? Where you can fly? You can fly high. So if you are not doing it, you are not into the business of life. When it comes to the matter of personal development, you have to accept that lofty goal, that attaining that state of equanimity. You are not, too excited by the sense of or sentiments of success. You are not too demoralized by the sentiments of criticism. You are okay with everything, accepting things as they are and moving forward in life. That's what is called self-discipline. There is a second component of self to interpersonal skill, is called that you have to make a commitment to yourself. We have a tendency, we human beings have a tendency to commit ourselves to others all the time. I am committed to you. You can never be committed to anybody if you are not committed to yourself. Can anybody ask me something that you do not have? You can try it in your own world. Ask a person to give you something which he does not have. If you ask that person to give you Kohinoor, how can you offer you Kohinoor? Because that person does not have it. If you ask somebody to give you 2 lakh rupees, can that person give you if he does not have it? No. Education is something you are not supposed to show it to something. It is not an objective experience. It is not an objective thing that I'm committed to somebody or I'm committed to that. You have to be committed or dedicated to yourself first. So something you do not have, you cannot offer it to others. If somebody comes to you and says that I can, die for yourself, don't go near of that person. I can do anything for yourself. No, don't go trust that person. The person, those who cannot take care of himself, the person, those who cannot grow himself and live a good life, how can he sacrifice his life for your benefit? No, it just simply does not work in that way. These are some words only. So when it comes to the matter of interpersonal skill, take care of your personal life. Personal life does not mean being selfish. Personal life does not mean being only self-centric. No, personal life means growing within qualitatively so that you can make quality contribution to others' lives as well by your presence, by your expertise, by your qualities. You lead by an example. You know, recently I heard a beautiful quote from Joe Biden, the American president, and he repeated it quite a few times during his campaign. Even in his inauguration speech, he included that quote. He said that, you know, we should not lead by the example of our power. We should lead by the power of our example. I loved it. To cite an example to lead others, to contribute to others' life. And that's how it works when it comes to the matter of interpersonal skill. So the second stage of discipline means you need to have a commitment to yourself, and that commitment is on a daily basis. Every moment, that under no circumstances I am going to compromise with my own quality, dignity, respect, self-respect. Under no circumstances I am going to compromise with my own dignity, standard, quality, or self-respect. When you make this commitment to yourself and you become conscious about it by repetitively practicing it within your mind and heart, I'm sure it will work, it will reflect in your action, it will reflect in your words, it will reflect in your dealings, in your personal space and professional space. I'm sure you will experience a better life. And this is what is called personal development. Personal development is not flaunting your power, flaunting your position, flaunting your authority, exercising your, might, or claiming for your right. No, that kind of attitude, time has come that we have to experience in our personal life, and we also have to reflect it in our social life. The topic also included one part is called social style. So when you are thinking of experiencing a change or enjoying a qualitative life in the social space, you have to carry that self with you. And that's how self-discipline plays a key role in the personal, in terms of essence. Definitely, I will be talking about some virtues today in few minutes time. I will be talking about the virtues of self-confidence, difference between smartness and stupidity, difference and also virtues like love, compassion, and sacrifice. Definitely, I will be talking about these few things and also in the last 1 hour. But before I move forward, I'm only talking to myself. Sometimes I feel that, but still, I want to see if anybody has any thought to express here, any question to ask. I'll ask the moderator if you are around. Please, take over it for a couple of minutes and check with the students or participants if they have anything to ask or any thoughts and ideas to share on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for all this. You have highlighted and talked about the social style and interpersonal skill. So here comes when we are in peer group, each one has a different kinds of qualities and the style, because everyone is born with a certain character that cannot be changed easily unless some external environment play a major role. So if you if anyone is perfectionist, when you have a scope with work with a strong, determined, choleric person, how it can to understand the person has to understand others first before interacting with the other. So in that, how we can make the people to understand about the other's character so that there will not be any hurting. If you see that people, mostly those who are hurted are perfectionists, or we can say this phlegmatic person. So there's a school teachers, they are the one victim of this. If you see that even this suicidal thing also, suicidal thing is happening. It is goes mostly with this, there's a phlegmatic or even with perfectionist people when they are frustrated. So what is your suggestion to to balance or to make aware of others person first, so that they know their strong character? Most of them are like business people. Commitment they do means they forget easily. But if you look into this perfectionist people, they never miss that. Even if the meeting is 9, they'll be there 8:50. But if you meet a Mr. Sanguine and or the business people, or like they come at 10 o'clock, they 10 o'clock only wake up, from the bed. So others' strength, it will be, others' weakness and others. So how, before developing our interpersonal skill, so my question is here, how to balance this one? If the people are not knowing of others' character, they'll be hurted more. So what is your opinion in this?
Okay. I wish I could have spent, how long do you have? Do you have a couple of weeks to spend on this? No, it's such a wonderful question. such a insightful question. I really appreciate your input, and a kind of, professionalism you express. Let me appreciate you. I must appreciate you for this. Your attitude is so positive, and it really has some impact on me as well in the last couple of days, what I have experienced working with you. Yes. But my answer, if the others are listening to me as well, is that it is not a problem that somebody is perfectionist. It is not a problem that somebody wants to do the things in a certain way. And if it not, the problem is that when that individual, when that person is trying to get the things, done in certain way, and when it is not done in that way, that person gets irritated, loses his patience, and he thinks that that's the end of the world. It happens only because of one reason, Dr. Raja. You might have noticed it working with many people in your professional life. It's because of, it is not the perfection, it is the rigidity. Rigidity is such a killer of human potential. You cannot be rigid in your life. You have to be flexibility. The rigidity, flexibility is just the opposite. It is not the opposite of, flexibility is not the opposite of rigidity. Flexibility creates the ground for you to mold yourself, shape yourself in a different way, so that you can just adjust with the adaptability skill. You need to have that adaptability skill with the changing environment, with the people you are working with. If they are not changing themselves for you, your job is not to kill yourself. Your job is to mold them by changing yourself or adapting with the changing environment without compromising your fundamental qualities. Now, this is being something part of some qualitative evolution. When people evolve qualitatively, you will see that all the great I mean, that's why I asked the question. See, when we talk about qualitative evolution, to answer this question, qualitative evolution here is for those people, those who are able to adjust with any situation and circumstances without losing their fundamental qualities or compromising with their fundamental qualities. Those who has high expectation from others and they expect others to be like them, they are the one who are suffering from rigidity. Now, in any world, whether it is in the business world, academic world, political world, or spiritual world, you will find the people to survive, those who are flexible and has that, it's called resilience, not resistance, resilience. Even if you look at the nature, you will see that the betel nut trees, it's a perfect example. Betel nut trees, when a strong wind comes, the betel nut trees, just slightly bend them so that the wind can pass without causing any damage to them. And once the wind is gone, they bounce back to their mainstream of life and they stand tall once again. So my advice, my suggestion, it is not, don't accept it as a concrete answer. My suggestion is that if you come across anybody who is suffering from that rigidity and giving it a name of perfection, then ask them to think of the qualities, to embrace the qualities of flexibility and resilience. Flexibility and resilience. And the third thing is that consideration for others. You have to understand, as you said before asking the question, that every single individual is unique. Not unique not only in their look, unique in their behavioral expression, in their psychological thought process, in their mental habits. So you have to accept the diversity of human beings. And according to that, it depends on your leadership skills, how you are going to attract the best out of them instead of accepting them to be the way you want them to be. That's my answer to this. Anything else? Anything else?
Yeah, thank you very much. And you have nicely explained that question, and that is really, motivated. And now I request students, if you have any questions, you can ask it directly. I'll give a privilege of unmuting yourself, and you can interact with him directly. If not, then he will continue the session.
Participants, please say something. Please. At least 10, 12 of you are here. I request you to say something. Please, I believe that you have much better things to share. Please don't hesitate. Don't hold yourself back. If anyone, say something. If it is not even a question, if it is a thought, it is a statement, please express. And if you can't do anything, please appreciate me. At least one sentence of appreciation for me. Hello. I'm so unfortunate. Still I failed. What a failure. Anyway.
Okay, you can start technical assistance, sir. Yeah, please. For another half an hour.
Yes. What I was saying is that, okay, another half an hour. Yeah, that's fine. So I will keep this expectation in my heart, as I was saying, that one day I will be appreciated by you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And this will keep me looking forward to talk to all of you once again, maybe visiting you in near future. Thank you very much. Okay, let me talk about a little bit of qualitative evolution of mankind related to the personal development. Qualitative evolution of mankind. So we know that all of you know about the theory of evolution given by Charles Darwin, that survival of the fittest. Though he did not use the word exactly the fittest, he talked about it is the survival of he who can adapt with the changing environment. Now, is that only physically, or you also have to emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, mentally evolve? Is this evolution only physical evolution for human existence, or it is also qualitative evolution? If you think of the physical evolution, it is not under our control. It is not a matter of choice. It is directly under the parameters of the environment. Billions of years of evolution going on through human genes and DNA and natural environment. Now, if it is if physical evolution is a matter of conscious choice for us, I mean, if I had the choice, I would have chosen the body of Brad Pitt. Why should I go for less? So it is not a matter of conscious choice. It directly comes under the parameter of natural environment. But when we are talking about interpersonal skill, it's a process of qualitative evolution of mankind. Qualitative evolution of mankind is a matter of conscious choice. See, I am 5 feet 3 inches, a tiny man with a funny name. I even don't know what is the meaning of my name. But whether my qualitative growth is going to be like my tiny height or a smart, short stature, or it is going to be an unlimited thing for me to explore, to experience, and to enjoy, and to make use of it, to make contribution. It's a matter of conscious choice. That is what is called interpersonal skills. Choosing the growth, the qualitative growth. That qualitative growth, what does that mean? See, if you take me to any laboratory, you can measure my body. You can touch me. You can see me. I occupy a space. You can weigh my body. You can even suck some blood from my body, and you can find out the contents of my blood. Everything is possible because it is a physical aspect of life. It is a physical aspect, and that evolution Darwin talked about, the physical change, the biological change, the physiological process. But we are talking about the qualitative process of life. See, the qualitative process of life is directly related to some virtues and values. The virtues and values which determines the ultimate quality of our life. They are not physically visible. We cannot touch them, but they are very much present. We experience their existence. It determines the quality of our life. That determines the quality of our life. You can take me to any laboratory, but you cannot measure my honesty, my compassion, my love, my integrity. These are the qualities, that these qualities are directly related to person's interpersonal life. It cannot be injected, it cannot be imposed. Yes, it has something to do, as Dr. Raja was referring to, that to a certain extent, external environment has some impact on us. Yes, definitely, some external environment. But external environment will not help for a person to grow qualitatively if his desire, individual desire, is not there. If he is not conscious about that qualitative, evolution. If that is not in his consciousness, in his awareness, if it is not part of his quality, quality education. Education in a sense, not the formal education all of you are involved in it. For me, education is a different thing. This is a certain kind of thing you are involved, certain kind that you have got yourself involved in to, develop a set of skills so that you can find employment in life. Education is not for employment at all. Education is for empowerment and enlightenment. Empowerment and enlightenment is not, they are not even in the agenda of the modern education. So I'm not talking about that education. I'm talking about the educating yourself. That means knowing about your own self, creating a better understanding. If I put it in a bit bluntly, though I don't have any time to justify that statement, but still I'm putting bluntly, knowing who you are, knowing what is the purpose of your existence. Why do you even exist? Why did you even appear on this planet to live this corporeal life? Now, the moment you turn your attention towards yourself, your qualitative evolution begins. You start asking those questions to yourself, and you start finding the answers for yourself. These are the answers not to be found outside you. These are the answers you have to find out for yourself. If someone else is given the answer, then you're addressing your question, it is still someone else's secondary experience. It is not a primary experience. These answers, the quality answers of your qualitative evolution, has to be primary experience, your own experience. Now, if you are not experiencing it, If you are not realizing it, if you are not conscious about it, how external environment will even help you? Nothing. It is like giving an AK-47 to a person and sending him to the border. He is a very good person, but he does not know how to use it. So when the war breaks down or breaks out, that man is saying that I have a AK-47 and I'm a very good human being. Only thing is that I do not know how to use it. So all the virtues are like that, qualities are like that. These are not supposed to be created. Nobody can create qualities. Qualities are all around us, and it is always within us. It is all about being aware of it. You knowing it, just creating that understanding, knowing about them, being aware about them, being conscious about them, and then once you become aware and conscious about it, then make an effort to use them. Use them in your daily life. That's how what you preach. That's what you should practice. Then start using them, and that's how you start developing interpersonally your personal growth. It is not something going to come to you from outside or external world. No, you have two worlds evolving around you. A world in which you live, that is your external world, the materialistic world, the world of human construct. But you have a world within you, that is the world that is making constantly noise within you. That is the voice of the soul talking to you. But unfortunately, you are unable to hear that voice because the external world is making such a loud noise. Your entire attention is there. And you could even never, find a place for yourself or take some time out for yourself to pay attention to your inner quest. And I am talking about interpersonal skills. It is not something that by training and coaching automatically you will get it if you don't have the personal desire. Now, to create that personal desire, sometimes these training programs, sometimes mentoring sessions, reading a book, attending a seminar, being in the association of quality people have some impact in life. Now, if we are not making that effort to pay attention to ourselves and trying to understand the voice, that unique voice, and making an avenue for it to get an expression of reality, you can blame the entire world, but it will never improve your situation. By the way, it sounds very funny and it sounds very judgmental as well, but still I would say it. Finding fault with the situation and circumstances and the people around you, blaming others for your own mistakes and failure, and giving excuses for your inability to perform is a national art in our country. And we are very good at, we are the best artists of it. Don't tell me I know it, I'm from this country and I have been for the last 4.5 decades, I have been walking on the journey of life in bare feet, and I do understand it how things work. I do have I do have some first-hand experience of all these things what I'm talking about. You can keep blaming others, but it will not improve the situation. So you better take care of your personal well-being. When I use the word well-being, means creating a space for yourself within yourself where you are absolutely comfortable. If you are not comfortable within you, that means you have to come to know that your personal well-being is compromised. The moment you see that irritation, anger, stress, frustration, jealousy, envy are ruining your life, then you have to understand it, that your personal well-being is compromised. joy, and when I'm able to understand someone's perspective, it helps me to meditate, contemplate, and ponder about all these things. So for me, when you talk about interpersonal skills, I know the topic was decided to train the young entrepreneurs. But you are young and you are entrepreneur. All these are your identities. First, you are a being. You are a human being. You are that individual who will be living this life. You will be doing something to earn a living. But you cannot earn that living at the cost of everything. See, earning something at the cost of everything is a poor mathematics. So you have to be smart enough. Okay, that the moment I use the word smart enough, it takes me to the topic. The next thing I wanted to share with you today, what is the difference between smartness and stupidity? The smartness does not refer to a handsome hunk or a beautiful chick, the modern languages they use. It has nothing to do with smartness. I have come across many people in my professional life and also in social domain that they parked themselves in the best of the attire. They looked very beautiful in their physique. You know, they look very dashing and they try to create an impression on others based on their physique and their attire. But as soon as they open their mouth, they let the whole world know what number of stupid they are. So it has nothing to do with that smartness and stupid. I can give you a lot of examples. You know, so I'm not here to prove anybody right and wrong. I'm not saying that it is not needed. You must wear good clothes. As I was saying yesterday as well, you must look nice. You must take care of your body because your body is the only medium of expression right at this moment you have. You know, if you want to express your creativity or anger, both you need the body to express it. If you don't have the body, how will you express it? So from that point of view, whether you want to burn it or burnish it, you need the body. So take care of the body. But at the same time, smartness is not only how you look, in what language you speak, and what qualification you have, and what car you drive, you know. And smartness is not also decided by the height of your house and the length of your vehicle. It has nothing to do with that smartness. Smartness is something. It has also nothing to do with your talent. It is not talent that makes a person smart. Everyone has talent in one field or other. You know, nature has not devoid of anybody from any blessing. Somebody has talent in mathematics, somebody has talent in playing cards, somebody has talent in, you know, athletics, and somebody has talent in cricket. Somebody is a very good singer, somebody is a very good speaker, writer, whatever it is, an agriculturist or a painter or whatever it is. Everyone has certain talents. So say that person A and a person B, both of them are talented and gifted. Person A also makes mistake, person B also makes mistake. Who does not make mistake? Everybody makes mistake in this world. There is only one category of people, those who do not make mistake. They are the ones who find faults with others and they don't do anything themselves. Those who are working, definitely they will make mistake. And there is another group whose job is only to find a fault. Even if you ask them to look at the universe, they are so clever and they are so perfectionist in this way of finding fault and, you know, with others, that they will find fault with the structure of the universe as well. So you have to be ready for all these things in your life. You will come across variety of people. So that mistake everybody makes. Even you see the electric lamp, one of the finest invention of modern civilization, which has eliminated darkness from our life forever and brought light and made life so better for human beings on this planet. That gentleman also failed several times. Some record says that he failed more than 1,000 times. Will you call him stupid? So mistake does not make a man fail. It is the inability to make mistake and to learn from the mistake makes a man fail. So if you are making mistake, or if you have made some tremendous mistakes or blunders in your life, don't believe that life is over and it is gone. Every single day could be a new beginning if you want to. So person A makes mistake, person B makes mistake. And there is the third stage. Third stage is that person A becomes stupid when he keeps making the same mistake again and again, and expects a different result. So if a person keeps making the same mistake again and again, expects a different result, he is a perfect example of stupidity. Stupidity is that a human being can never be a stupid or a smart. It is the activities and attitude that determines whether a person should be described as a stupid one or a smart one. Then person B becomes smart when he knows, accepts his mistakes. Because person A denies to accept his mistake. He is making mistake, repeating the same mistake because he is denying the mistake, ignoring the mistake. But the person B is smart because he is accepting mistakes, his mistakes. He is not ignoring them, he is acknowledging them. And not only that, he is making enough effort to learn from his mistakes so that he never repeats them. And that's how he saves his time and energy. And the person becomes extra smart. Person B becomes extra smart when he realizes that one life is not big enough to make all the mistakes and learn from them. So what he does, he starts learning from others' mistakes so that he can save his time and energy. And that's how a person becomes extra smart and achieves more in life. So when we are talking about personal development, these are the things. Without this, you can never think of any personal skills. If you are not elevating yourself, if you are not developing yourself, if you are not developing your inner being, how can you think of even accommodating all these ideas and skills to express your potential and produce some result which can be assessed to determine your success. It takes me to the next topic for another 10 minutes, then I'm done. That this is with a personal note. Please bear with me. See, allow me to share this. Wherever I go, I share this. And please excuse me, Dr. Raja, also for sharing this with you, with all of you. See, why I teach in my own way or train in my own way, there is a personal background. And I take credit of it, and I give credit for this as well to my mother. See, I'm son of a day laborer. When I started my schooling life, because the things I'm preaching you may say that these are all good words only. No, I applied them in my life. I exercised, still daily I exercise it in my professional, personal and family life. When as a father, I'm bringing up my 2 children. When I'm playing the role of a husband, when I'm playing the role of a director, when I'm playing the role of an employer for my staff. When I'm traveling, going to some other places and trying to have some impact on others' life, I use these principles. I act on this principle. So when I started my schooling, I was born and brought up by my mother. My father is still alive. He's 82, and such a wonderful, healthy human being. But my father is a powerhouse of wisdom. My mother is a powerhouse of wisdom. When I started my schooling life, my father was a helper of a mansion. He used to earn 12 rupees per day. With that amount of 12 rupees, my mother used to manage a family of 6. But she never did let us feel, 4 of us, one sister, three brothers. Unfortunately, we lost our sister. She did never let us feel that we are poor. She tried her best to make sure that we get the best of the environment. And from that remote village, with that 12 rupees, she dreamt big for her son. And from there, it is not my talent or ability, because of her guidance and wisdom and that power she has given to me of values and virtues, she made my way up to London to get a scholarship, studying there, enjoying my life in the best possible way, in traveling across 6 countries, getting the opportunity to work with people from more than 30 countries. All these things happened only because that interpersonal skills I'm talking about, the virtues and value I'm talking about, because we hold on that. My father has never been to school. My mom is only 5th grade pass woman. I was delivering a lecture in Assam at Guwahati University. There were more than 400 students attended that. In the interactive session, one of the students said, "You said that your father has never been to school, mom does not have a qualification. Then how did you manage to do all these things?" I don't know. I answered that. It is not pre-prepared answer. I'm sharing the same thing with you. I said that our parents are our institution. They themselves are institution. They don't need any certificate. My mom is an institution for me. My mother is a 5th grade pass woman. So what? She has a PhD in motherhood. She has such a wonderful impact to design my life. Does not this make her an institution? I told the same thing to that student, that you are talking about the certificate of my mother. Yes, my mother, no university or no board has given any certificate to her, but she has created a certificate for her. If you want to look at the certificate of my mother, look at me. I'm her living certificate. I don't think that she has got a bad one. She has got a very good score. I'm sharing it with you, personal note. I'm also asking for an excuse. I'm taking this. I know in India, a lot of people blame situations, circumstances, and events. That's why I share it. I'm not here to, beat my own drum. But the point I want to make across is that personal development is such an important topic. If you work on it, you can achieve any height. You don't have to stop where you are now. That is for granted. Not only me, all across the world, a lot of people are taking advantage of their adverse situation and circumstances and making maximum out of it, just based on their value system, belief system, and virtues. Without virtue, there is no interpersonal skill. Now, when I got the opportunity to talk to you for, say, 5.5 hours for the last couple of days, I did not want to leave anything academic notes for you, but definitely I have one wish for you. If you take care of your personal life, if you believe in your originality, if you accommodate humility, generosity, or in other words, politeness, humbleness, and flexibility and resilience in your life, the universe will bless you with the things that you are looking forward to. My best wishes to all of you. I wish you shine in life, and I hope that in last 5.5 hours time, I could, have some impact in your life. If I'm not, don't worry, that is not the end of the world. Keep looking for wisdom. Someone else will. It does not necessarily mean that everyone will be able to justify the things or just, do the things in a justifiable way. If I have not justified my time, don't worry, do not lose the passion. Next time, if the university organizes any program, attend that. Someone else will come and can have impact in your life. Keep looking for and never settle unless or until you find the best thing for yourself. With these notes, I will once again pass the platform to Dr. Raja. Thank you very much. You told me half an hour. I am passing the platform to you 4 minutes in advance. If you are around, Dr. Raja, please. Anyone around?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for being with us for the past 2 days and delivering 3 lectures. And in spite of the weather and network is not favor us, but then you have delivered us the lecture, and it has benefited. And it is most of your talk is more shaping the personality and developing the skill. And it is good to listen again and again. Your talk is available on YouTube. We have saved it for our record. Thank you so much for the first lecture that you have delivered communication skill with a lot of interaction. And also the second one is a we look forward and hear from you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Before I let you go, I mean, you are such a wonderful human. I loved really interacting with you, and you are asking such wonderful questions. We wish we could spend some more quality time together. Not on a professional, from a professional background, but just from an individual. Two human beings sitting down together and exploring life. Looking forward to that in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will end the meeting now.
Sure.
Dear participant, thank you for registering with us, and we will send the feedback form to you all, and kindly send us your valuable feedback with suggestions, and then we will issue the certificate to everyone.